Well guys, I think we can say it has officially gotten out of hand. This is a look at the receiving shelf down here in the eBay office, and it's looking pretty full. Actually, I should make it clear, this is a look at the receiving shelf and everything on the receiving shelf. This is a look at everything that is also beside the receiving shelf that's been piling up because we haven't gotten it listed. Now listen, I've heard of death piles before, and I've always had a death pile, but usually my death pile is about this big. But now it's kind of, overgrown my receiving shelf, and we have a problem. So here's the deal. In today's video, I don't really want to do anything else before we make a plan in terms of how we're going to deal with this stuff. So I think we should just jump right into it, but let's take a look at this shelf and see what we can do. So the bottom here is just clothing and some packaging material. We don't have to worry about that. That Wii Fit board, though, has some corrosion that I was going to try to fix. Might get around to it. Hopefully we can, but that's definitely something that I want to get out of here. Let's actually just talk about the non-video game related stuff here for a second. This is actually my death pile. Like in here, I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm not in a priority to get it listed, but there is a bunch of stuff in there. I completely forgot about this box. This has some phones in it, as well as some video game stuff that I had to split between the two stores, and we want to get that stuff done here as well. This is like a very simple, easy one-day kind of thing. Other non-video game stuff. Well, we come down here, we have this right here. This is a track with some cars. This is something that Airval dropped off here the other day, as well as a few other things they dropped off here, so I could store them and get them listed. But this is one of them. I'm not sure what he paid. Oh, there it is right there, $14.99. Not a bad deal. I think this goes for around $100 if it's complete. Not sure if it is or not. Not sure if he checked that. I'm assuming that he did. But nevertheless, even some of the cars alone were going for like $30-40. So we're gonna make some good money on this. But again, one of those things that's kind of annoying, and I had to get listed. Next, that's another thing they dropped off, which was a wheel. I know you can't really see it here. Yeah, there it is. It's a NASA wheel, and this is a race wheel. It's a USB one, so for a computer, but it's a Logitech one, so it should be worth some good money. I think we were having trouble finding comps on this, or maybe it was the flight stick that we were having trouble finding comps on, but nevertheless, this guy, I'm not, again, sure how much he paid, but it should be worth some pretty good money. And I mean, for the other non-video game stuff, we've got a couple random items here, a couple phones that had to get listed. There's a few miscellaneous items, I think, scattered among some of these boxes, maybe, actually, yeah, no, actually, no. Those are all video games. Okay, no, we're good. Yeah, and then there's the actual receiving bin over here for all of that stuff that goes to that store and is full to the brim. So that's other stuff that we had to list, but we're not even going to talk about that right now. Okay, so obviously, as you just saw me count out there, the video games had to be the priority here. That's what's taking up most of these boxes. We can see over here that we've actually got some room over here. I mean, we've got some empty bins and some places to store these games, which is where they should be, but that's only once they get listed on eBay. So in order to get them from here to there, there's a lot of work involved, but that's what we're going to be doing here over the next couple weeks. Now, unfortunately, I have been missing out on, quite a bit of listing and whatnot over the last couple weeks. I've been extremely busy, but now I've finally been able to clear up some room in my schedule. I'm excited because I'm going to be here with you guys, multiple times a week doing these videos where we can actually go through and list all this stuff. But also, I'm just going to be able to get a ton of stuff listed. Hopefully, we can start making even more sales than we're already doing. Right now, we are doing about fourth quarter level sales. Like, we're doing really good sales right now as it is, and I haven't been doing a lot of listing. I'm excited to see what will happen when we start to even increase that listing more and get all this stuff up on eBay. And let me give you an example. This might not look like a whole bunch of stuff. Like, okay, a couple boxes, what's that going to take you, a few hours? No, let me show you this. This is an example of just one box, and these are, what we're dealing with. And each one of these needs to be listed separately on eBay. I know I could bulk them all up, but what's the fun in that? We're going to get these listed. We're trying to build the biggest eBay video game store. So for that reason, we're going to get them all listed individually. And obviously, we'll bulk up what doesn't sell, but even under there, I mean, this is a double layer box. Not sure. Why is it so dark? There you guys go. Can you see that? You can't see it. There's another layer of games down there. You'll have to trust me on that. But yeah, I mean, that's just one of the boxes. And then we've got, multiply that by 4 boxes. We got a bin here. I've got this box here, which is now full of Lego stuff. Some of it is listed, I believe. I actually just sold a set that I got to get out of here. But no, we've got a bunch of Lego stuff here. There's actually a little Ferrari set there that I picked up from Canadian Tire the other day for like $10. So that was sick. But anyway, got all that stuff. And I'm going to hold on to most of the Lego stuff for fourth quarter because that's when I'm going to be able to get the most amount of money for it. But for now, it's just going to sit here. Okay, so we know now that we got our work cut out. We have multiple boxes here that we had to go through. I was thinking about opening up all the boxes and then maybe like redoing the shelf or putting another shelf here where I could just see every single pile of video games and then we could just pull them based on the consoles versus based on the lot, which might help us get through them a little bit quicker. But then again, these all actually still to be entered into inventory. So for that reason, I can't do that yet because I just had to put them in terms of what quantity came in what lot. And I want to make sure that I get that pretty well right because that means less changes later. Anyway, with all that in mind, I'm thinking now we should head over to the table and see what I want to get done for today so we can start moving on to getting this stuff started. Okay, so over here I have a couple things I was working on. I was halfway done this disc lot about a week ago, or maybe even longer, and I got interrupted and just totally stopped it. And I haven't picked up since then. So these were the ones that didn't work, these were the ones that did. and these are the ones that were still being tested and whatnot. And I had this small pile of games over here that also hadn't been tested yet, but they do need to be refurbished. They have some pretty bad scratches. So I'm thinking maybe we can go through a day and just get these guys refurbished, get them all photographed. Yeah, if we could just get these guys all ready and photographed, that would be great, and that would get those out of the way. I'll have to see about other stuff here. I found out these walkie-talkies. You guys might remember these from a couple videos ago. They look like kids' toys. They look really cheap, but I looked them up, and they actually, just for the fun of it, I was going to just put them in a Value Village bin, but then I grabbed them and looked them up. They're a spy gear thing made by, I can never remember who this company is. Oh, Spin Master. That's who. And they actually sell, this one specifically sold for 25 bucks on eBay. So you know what? I figured, you know what, let's just throw it up there for 15 bucks for the pair, or 20 bucks for the pair, whatever. If we get it, great. It's a little bit of bonus. So figured we'd do that. I got this shirt here, still the list. This is a Kappa shirt, and I've got this. So basically, I just want to get the table cleared off. If we can get this stuff drafted and this stuff, you know, basically drafted, photographed, ready, that would be great, and I would feel really good about that. So that's going to be the goal for today. I'm going to go ahead here and start, maybe, you know, with the video games, actually. That's what I'll do, and I'll get this stuff over here refurbished to the JFJ Easy Pro. Oh yeah, also guys, this is what I was doing this morning. I figured I wouldn't bring you along because I didn't want to make this video too long and repetitive, but we do have a bunch of orders here going out, one international, one here in the box, and then we've got a whole bunch of just video game sales. So that will be fun. I gotta go drop those off, but nevertheless, those are already done and dealt with. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the rest of these video games, get them all tested and finished up, and then we will move on. Alright guys, so I'm busy working on the games right now. We've gotten a few done so far and tested and working. These ones over here, I think I can get away with just doing a nice little cleaning on the disc. And how I do that is real simple. You just grab some water. I got the spray bottle from, I think, Canadian Tire, but you can get them everywhere. And you just give it a little spray, a little wipe down with a microfiber cloth, one or the other, and it just makes the disc look really clean, gets rid of any fingerprints, smudges, and all those things that the buyer might complain about. I have gotten complaints for smudges before, so one thing to note there. Another quick thing I wanted to talk about, the game requires a Kinect sensor. Well, first of all, this game's really clean, and I'm pretty confident that it will work anyway, but I run into this all the time, and I don't want to hook up a Kinect sensor, obviously. So it will actually take you to the start screen before showing this, which I saw, which is good. That's about the testing that I like to do anyway. But also, if you go back to the home screen, you will notice that it pops up right there, which is also a great sign. So this one's done and good to go. And then, of course, the JFJ Easy Pro is working hard over here at doing some discs. This one just finished up, so we will go ahead. Wow, this thing gets really tight sometimes. Had to set the camera down there just to get it off. But you guys might even remember a few videos ago when we were doing, I think it was when we did the 100 games through this thing, I ran into one where it tightened itself so much, because sometimes I guess it tightens itself while going through here, because this is spinning it and turning it right, and that therefore tightens it. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I had to grab a wrench last time, or like a pair of pliers to get it off. So that was interesting. Anyway, that one's done. We can go ahead here, stick the next guy in, and we'll keep going with these. This one you can see, like, not all of these are super bad. This one's just got like a nice film of who knows what on it, but that is, you know, not sellable like that. So nice, quick, you know, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes through the JFJ Easy Pro, and we'll be good to go. All right, so that guy is on. We'll take this disc back over and get it all cleaned up. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing here for the next probably 30-40 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get those discs all cleaned up. Okay guys, quick progress update. The stack is looking really good. Those are all the ones that are working, and we haven't had one that has not worked yet, which is great. I'm actually at the phase right now where I have none of the other ones that I can test that don't need to be refurbished. So I'm sort of just waiting to get the last few here refurbished. And once they all go through and we're good, then we'll be able to kind of wrap things up, get the photo equipment out, and start taking pictures of all these items and all of these items, get them all drafted on eBay. So that will be exciting, and yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up all of the refurbishing. About 10 more, so probably about 20 more minutes. Alright guys, so I know it doesn't look that much different, but this is now the pile. I've refurbished every single disc in here. We had a couple that didn't work, unfortunately. This Kinect Sports Seasons 2, which would have been worth a little bit, which sucks. Madden game there, nothing too much. And then this GTA 4 disc actually has a bunch of cracks. I'm not sure if you can see them right there. And there's one more, I think, right there, that are kind of, I think, touching the disc and not allowing it to work. Anyway, I wouldn't feel comfortable selling that anyway, so those are the 3 additional ones into our not working pile. Nevertheless, so still a really good stack of games here, so we're gonna go ahead and get all these pictured, as well as all the rest of this stuff over here and get it all drafted. So let's jump right into that. Alright guys, and as you can see, just like that, not a whole lot of stuff, but I feel pretty good about the work that we got done today. Again, we had to kind of clean up all this little stuff before moving on to some of the bigger lots. Obviously, we didn't want all this stuff sitting around while trying to deal with that. So I'm glad that we were able to take care of all these little items that were just sort of hanging around. We got them, these ones were all drafted on eBay. These ones I took the pictures of. I'm going to go ahead and list them all tomorrow morning, which unfortunately won't be part of this video, but they'll get done. So no worries there. And overall, again, just really happy with the progress that we made here. So yeah, anyway, got the 2 walkie-talkies up and drafted, got this phone, this base, and this base done separately. Again, I sort of misjudged what matched what here in the store and lost one of the phones. And so anyway, those are all getting listed individually. And then I'm guessing that's probably about 40, 50 games at least there. I didn't count, but yeah, it should be some pretty light work tomorrow in terms of getting this stuff all listed. But anyway, again, just super glad once this stuff is gone and I clean up a little bit, we'll have the table cleared off here and we'll be able to get to work on some of the bigger stuff. Alright guys, well with all that said, I am going to end today's video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, but ultimately are more excited about the stuff that's here to come soon. Again, we've got tons and tons of stuff and more stuff even coming in on top of that. So it's just going to be a wild week. It's going to be a wild month probably in terms of listing stuff, but I'm really into it now. We're going to be dedicated, you know, a lot of time to getting this stuff up on eBay, and overall that should result in us seeing, you know, some really good increases in sales. We'll be able to do a breakdown video coming up here soon in terms of how many sales we're getting, you know, per day, per week on average, and what the total amount is per month. So I'm excited to make that video as well as many more. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you have any comments to say about anything that I did here today, be sure to leave them down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you guys all in the next video.